My name is Grayson Kleinknight. I'm 10 years old, almost 11.
He was a very serious baby. Kind of had that little Mr. Magoo, kind of very old soul.
By the time he was 2, I mean, he was a pretty fluent talker. Look you straight in the eye and be like, I would like to da-da-da.
My favorite things to do is play basketball. I like video games. I also do 4-H. I raise poultry.
In August, before he turned 7, we had gone out for ice cream. He was running around with his cousins and got really hyper. And
every 3 weeks he was running a temperature. He wasn't feeling well.
His pediatrician would say it was a virus, and he started to look a little bit more thin, doing some strange things with the way he would stretch his legs.
It was like Lord of the Rings and me fighting cancer.
The month before Grayson's 7th birthday, he got sick again and felt like he couldn't breathe. He was having a hard time breathing. So we rushed him to ER. They did a chest x-ray and they said, we're gonna go ahead and put him on antibiotics. 3 or 4 weeks goes by and we decided to take him to Disneyland.
We ended up getting 2 strollers, but we ended up pushing him around in there for a good chunk of Disneyland. That was kind of one of those first things for me of this is not right.
So we cut our trip short, took him to Kaiser, asked for them to run labs. They said that he had been exposed to strep. They put him on more antibiotics. At the beginning of March, he got sick again.
He came out complaining of the leg pain. You could see it in his eyes. He was hurting. We said, all right, we're done. We went down to Kaiser Roseville. I said, hey, look, we're not leaving until something's figured out. The doctor came in and said, it's leukemia. There'll be a specialist to come talk to you. I'm like, okay, what's leukemia?
When Curtis called me, I felt like my whole world was falling away from me.
There's no way to describe the emotions and the questions that go through your head, sitting there waiting.
When I started having tests, fear was in my mind. I was scared to the point of crying.
They fast-tracked getting a PICC line in him, scheduling a port to be implanted, and also the age of 7, you can have that age of consent.
I volunteered to be in the study for the cancer, the leukemia. They would give me extra pills and see the results of what it would do to me.
Grayson was kind of that voice of, well, what if we learn more, Mom? What if we figure something out that they didn't know before? And came in with a stack of paperwork and he signed his name on the forms.
He was very convinced my blood is going to make the
changes.
difference. We were in the hospital for about 3 weeks and we ended up getting to go home about a week early. And that felt so good to be able to take him home.
Grayson started treatment in March of 2014, daily chemo at home and treatments at the hospital. And then we finished on May 7th of 2017. He had his port removed in June.
Yeah.
June.
We ended up going to a cancer camp. About halfway through, his hair started falling out. We get home and he's in tears, he's bawling, he's freaking out. His cousins are there trying to, cheer him up, and they're running their fingers through his hair, and you could tell they're kind of freaking out. But once it was done, he just embraced it.
We braided all the boys' hair, cut it, and then we buzzed Grayson's hair, and the rest of it just kind of fell out.
I don't know if we'd have Grayson if we didn't have organizations pushing for this kind of research.
I think it used to be that for leukemia, it was a numbers game, being on the right side of the numbers. When Grayson was diagnosed with leukemia, we heard 85 to 90%. Now those numbers are even better because of research and directly from Leukemia Lymphoma Society.
I am very, very happy that my brother is healthy now.
I would really like to thank the people that are helping raise money in LLS, because those are the people that are gonna help save lives. Thank you, LLS.